I think there are three main reasons to me why women compete. One, most women, everybody, not just women, most people in the Black community have mother issues. You know, and I'm not talking about just people who hate their mothers. Even people who have good relationships with their mothers have mother issues, because we've somehow, in many different ways, not been mothered properly because of how we're conditioned, how we have to operate in this society. A lot of people weren't mothered properly as a result of their mother either being Miss Independent, career go-getter, so she neglected some part of mothering because of that, or because she had to be a single mother and probably take care of multiple children on her own. It's very difficult for a woman to mother properly when, you know, when that situation, you know, is what it is. And then there are women who just weren't interested in being mothers in the first place. They had children, but they didn't really want children, and they had children as a result of wanting to keep the man, or, you know, whatever it is, but it's not really about, oh, I want to have children. That was, most women don't have children because, okay, I decide I want to have children. And so just that intention, setting that intention before doing it, you're going to be a good mother because you want it. I'm not saying that women aren't good mothers. A lot of them aren't good mothers, right? But I'm saying if you want it to be the ultimate mother, you know, setting that intention from before would have made it very possible. So I think a lot of people, a lot of women have issues with their mothers, and so they have issues with feminine energy. And so it's very difficult for them to have good relationships with women, to love women, to form, you know, good relationships with women. And the truth is that it's good. It's good for us. You know, I can't think of another type of relationship that is more beneficial to women than when they're in sisterhood. The second one is because men are short. There's a shortage of men, you know, and so women have to compete with each other for men. There are not enough around. A lot of women have to be single mothers. A lot of women have to be without a husband because there's a shortage of them. And so, and then everybody wants the best man that they can get. Everybody wants the alpha male. Everybody wants, you know, the best of the lot. And so not everybody can have that. And so it sounds harsh, but the truth is that people want what they want. And if you see a man and he is what you want, you might just go for him because him suits whatever needs that you think you have, or he's gonna fulfill them. So you're gonna go after him and compete with the other woman to get him. And that's why a lot of women end up in side chick situations, or situations where there's a wife and there's a side chick, which to me is a very toxic situation. A very toxic situation. It would be better if we were to practice polygyny. You know, more women would have husbands and there would be less competition, and women would live in sisterhood. They would love each other and care for each other and care for children. Children would have more mothers. You know, so imagine that type of impact on our community when our people have more mothering. The third thing I believe is capitalism. You know, they market products to us every day. They market things to us every day, branding to us, and women are very vulnerable to these things. We want all of these material things that they market to us, and we believe that these things validate us, make us valuable. And so we want to get them, whether we're going to get them through competing in school to be the brightest, competing in school to have, you know, the highest education so that we can get the highest earning jobs, so we can get that money that is going to afford us these things, or we're going to compete to get the man who is going to provide us with those things. So there's so many things that sets us up to compete with each other.
So the previous clip was from an interview that I did where they asked me about why women compete with each other. And so I ended up speaking about mother issues that women have. But I did mention a little bit about men having mother issues as well, just the entire community. But I really didn't go deep into it. So I want to do that just to bring some balance to the conversation. You know, I want to talk a little bit more about mother wounds that are evident in men. Just about 2 weeks ago, I believe, Makeda from Happy Womb Club, she and I were having this very conversation. She sent me a message and she asked me, do you know or understand what is the issue with the manosphere and baby mothers? And my simple answer to them was, they have issues with their mother. You know, they're mad at their mummies because their mummy was a baby mummy. They're mad at their mothers for choosing their fathers who abandoned them. They think that the right thing to do to deal with that trauma is to take it out on black women in their dating pool. When really and truly, to me, the solution is for them to just don't be their daddies. Be upright men. Be honest men. Be committed men. Be protectors and providers. So you don't have to create baby mothers. That's it. There's no need to be angry at a whole group of women that don't even have anything to do with you. Unless you created a baby mother, right, that chose to leave you and become a baby mother. I don't understand why black men are so angry at baby mothers in the community, except it must be that they're angry at their own mothers. And of course, as usual, we don't like to talk about our anger towards our mothers because it's the worst thing that you can do according to society. The worst thing you can do is speak ill of your mother or speak any negative about your mother. But how are we gonna heal if we don't deal with truths? We cannot heal if we don't deal with the truths of our traumas. And black men love on their mothers so much because most of their mothers were single mothers, and they love on them and treat their mothers as if they are their fathers. And that's another thing too. They're angry because they had to replace daddy. You know, they had to come and be who daddy was supposed to be. And so a lot of their anger is geared towards daddy, but they forget about how they feel about their mother's decision. They don't want to come to terms with the fact that their mother chose their father. Their mother chose to have multiple fathers for them and their siblings. We have to sometimes take ourselves outside of being the child and see our parents as other human beings that are experiencing this life just like we are and like everybody else is, and they're fallible. They make mistakes and they did a lot of things in their past, or just like we would today, make a lot of mistakes and decisions that later on, I'm hoping that now a lot of you are learning from the mistakes of your parents, and acknowledging them is one way that you can do that. Is a start. Acknowledging the mistakes that your parents made and making sure that you don't make those mistakes. There are lots of black women who aren't baby mothers yet. So if you choose to date a mother, a woman that has children, that is your choice, and you must deal with all that comes with that. But if you don't want to, choose another woman who doesn't have children. it is what it is. This is our community. These are the things that come with them. And I'm not excusing black women at all for giving their wombs to people who don't deserve it. That's a whole other conversation that we need to have with black women, because yes, we need to stop doing that. But the manosphere going off on black women for being baby mothers is just, it's uncalled for. It's unnecessary. It's not even a conversation. That honestly is not your business. Like I always say, there are some women issues that I discuss. I don't talk about them with men because they're not their business. It's not their business. And there are some conversations as it relates to men that I don't get involved in, because I don't believe as a woman it's my business. It's for men to discuss amongst themselves and figure out amongst themselves. If you're not a woman's man, it's not your business to school women. So on both sides we have mother wounds, and the solution to dealing with those mother wounds is firstly honesty. We have to be honest with ourselves and admit that we have mother wounds, and then we can heal from there. But we can't do it until we have some honesty, right? About the reason why we're doing a lot of the things that we do, and connect them to our mother wounds. Almost all of us have mother wounds because we weren't mothered properly, and it comes out in many different ways. And so we have to assess ourselves and see, when you do self-work, when you do shadow work, you can really assess yourself and try to understand where some of these things in you come from, where some of your anger comes from, where some of your resentment comes from, where some of your sadness comes from, where some of your guilt comes from, your fears. All of these negative emotions come from traumas generally, right? So again, we are a trauma-filled community, and we have to figure out ways to deal with our traumas so we can heal going forward, if we really do want to heal. So this conversation is not for ones who aren't ready to heal, who don't have the time to heal, who don't care to heal. This is for the ones who really want to do the work to heal and fix our culture, fix our people, fix the next generation, or fix for the next generation, because we don't want to fix them. We want to fix things so they don't have to fix themselves. I didn't really do any video recording this week because I've been just kind of emotionally challenged. I've been dealing with a loss. Sometimes you don't realize how much someone can imprint on you until they're no longer around, and you realize, wait, this is having a serious effect on me. So I really was not in a creative mood. I wasn't really in a filming mood. I wasn't really very talkative either. I'm just actually my partner just pushed me to come and do this and said, well, find something. You may have something there, just find something. And if you want to add something to it, add it. But if you don't feel like adding something to it, just post it. But I just felt like this conversation, I didn't want to post it as it is. I really wanted to add something to it, and kind of make the conversation more even. So I'm sure I'll be feeling better next week. So you guys can look forward to the next episode of the podcast on Tuesday, and posted on YouTube on Wednesday, and then add a new video next week Saturday. So give thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and we'll link up in the next video. All right, take care of yourself. Bye.